It's time
for
your
what?
main event of the evening.
Yeah, that'll be
Introducing
later.
first.
That'll be later.
What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today. We have myself with,
And I'm back.
and Mitchell has came back from the dead.
I've been sick.
What do you guys think about that?
Sick with something. Some sort of
Some sort of
syndrome.
sickness, yeah. Anyways, Mitch has been sick ever since we came back from Lake of the Woods, so it's kind of been the solo show recently. But we're back in a severe August cold front today.
Yeah, I love it. It feels like fall, man.
It does feel like fall.
I can't wait for fall now.
And it's kind of an exciting day. Well, maybe it's going to be an exciting day. We're on a lake right now that I haven't fished in half a decade, and I've never walleye fished here in my life.
I've never been here in my life, so this is my first time.
I've caught a few muskies out of this lake years ago. 8-10 years ago is probably when the last time I was like really actually up here. But
That's what we should be doing today.
Oh, whatever. No time for it this year, Mitchell. But we're back. Hopefully going to be breaking down the system for walleye. Now, ever since I've stopped the boat and the boat spun around, you guys have now seen the whole lake in this amount of time. Not very big, small lake.
Very small.
There's also not a lot of structure out here.
No, not much.
I'm just kind of looking at the map. There's a point, a couple humps, that's it. So today we're hopefully going to break down, this type of lake and show you guys how to catch some walleyes and how to break down some water and that kind of thing. That's obviously the goal of today's video. Now, these small lakes, success is all relative. What is success on Green Bay and Lake Erie? 40, 50, 70, 80, 90, 100
Big
fish,
10-pounder.
26 inches, 28 inches, ton of hook sets. Success on these bodies of water, to me, you feel just as good about it when you come out here and catch 3 keeper walleyes in an afternoon like we are today. It's probably it's already 5 o'clock in the evening. So, we only got a couple hours to fish. If we can successfully come out, find some walleyes on the graph, catch a few fish, that's a great day out here.
Yeah.
Because this is ultimately, and one of the most common questions we always get asked, we might go to Lake of the Woods, we might go to Leech Lake, we might go to Green Bay, we might go to a bunch of great walleye fishing locations, and then we'll get questions, how do you catch them on a small lake with minimal structure? That's exactly what we're gonna show today. So this video is for you guys. And let's just get it going on. Basically what we're gonna start doing is cruising around. Now, looks like most of the basin, 30, 33 feet.
Yeah.
Right in there. And a lot of times the water's relatively clear. You could probably see down, 7-8 feet, I would say. Now, a lot of times right off the bat, those two things, when I hear those two things, clear water, not a lot of structure, you're probably talking about a weed edge. That's going to be somewhere 14, 15, 13-ish feet.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these kind of lakes have fish that hold on an outside weed edge all summer long. The problem is they're not going to be on every outside weed edge, and they're going to be very isolated, and we're fishing a lake that obviously is not going to have a lot of walleyes in it. So it's going to be probably a lot of driving around looking at pods of 3 to 7 fish. It's probably a lot of times what you see on lakes like this. And to be honest with you guys, we were not even going to film a YouTube video today, so this is just kind of a run-of-the-mill. It's going to be a real rough cut format, and we'll walk you through it. But stay tuned. Let's get it going on. We got to drive through some spots, find some fish, and hopefully put it together real quick here in the late afternoon. All right, guys, so the first thing we're going to do here,
I'm going to try not to cough a million times.
is we're going to go to one of the 2 pieces of structure on this lake.
Yes, yeah,
right?
pretty much.
That's pretty much what it's going to be. This one is a hump. It comes out of 30 feet, tops out at, looks like 6, and we're going to see what it is. Now, we're coming down in here on side imaging. Now, our primary objective here right off the bat is going to be how deep are these fish? Because that's going to be, or how deep is this weed edge? Because that is going to be our fundamental basis on a lot of the depth we're going to be looking at for fish. So we're just going to kind of cruise into this piece of structure. You guys can see we're in like 20 feet right now. Not seeing much. All right, guys, so as I'm coming into this here, I'll flip back to sonar. And actually, it just came like rocketingly fast up here. Let me see if I can get it on single page view here quick for you guys.
Yeah.
If I can pan through everything fast enough here.
Yeah, it might be too late. Hurry.
Yeah, wow, look at this. It's just like a straight up and down here. So I'm gonna cruise back out of this and I'll kind of show you guys. So you guys can obviously see we're in super thick weeds, and you can probably even see them here, huh? I can't see them, but it's really cloudy out today. And if you're seeing stuff that looks like this on your graph, more than likely that's probably milfoil. How it's just a thick, impenetrable wall like this. Now if I turn it into down image, you can see how thick that is. A lot of times that's gonna be milfoil. Milfoil, not always a bad thing.
No.
A lot of times fish love holding on it, especially walleyes in a lot of these clear systems. So right off the bat, good to see that. But what we really want to find is kind of how deep this outside edge is going to be. All right, guys, so you can now see we're in 11 feet of water and we're still seeing this really thick edge, which is awesome. Because a lot of times the deeper this edge is, the more likely fish are going to relate to it. And this is almost better than I dreamed of. it actually looking. So there's actually weeds out to like
17-ish, 18-ish.
Yeah, 14, 15 feet. I mean, this is like a real deep edge right here. So I'll take a screenshot right here. So you can see these weeds kind of start dying out around that 15-foot mark. Yeah. So we have a 15-foot weed edge. That's really important to remember, because a lot of times what we do next is we come over to our hummingbird that we're running our GPS on, our Lake Master chip, and we're gonna set our highlight, our mid-depth green highlight. And I'll just do it real quick here. If you guys kind of give me a second and stay with me. But basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna set our highlight that really highlights that edge area very well. So here's our graph right now. Obviously just looking at this hump in which we just came over. And what I'm gonna do is go menu, menu. I'm gonna come down to mid-depth, or this minimum highlight value right here. I'm gonna kick this to 10, because my shallow water highlight ends at 10, which is the red. And I'm gonna kick this out to, let's say, 16 feet. And that's gonna kind of show you where those weed edge is gonna be. So now what we do is we really cruise around this green, kind of just on the outside of it, and we start looking for fish. And what you wanna see, not so much as an area that looks like this, where it's just a really steep kind of break off that edge, but more so an area that looks like this over here, or like this corner over here, where it's kind of like a flatter section. A lot of times these walleyes, they like sitting on, if you have a very flat section where you got like a lot of weeds, and then there's a flat section outside of that weed edge, and probably what's gonna be 14 to 17 feet in this lake. They love holding on those kind of spots. So our next thing we do is just cruise around all these spots. Now the best way to find fish is with side imaging. We kind of did that little sonar down imaging tutorial so you guys could see that defined weed edge. Flip it over to side imaging. Side imaging is king when you're finding walleyes and weeds. Now we're gonna run through some of these spots and hopefully see kind of what we like. All right, guys, so as I'm cruising around looking for fish, Mitchell brought up a good point and grounded me back in reality. Which is, he said, a lot of the app videos we film are similar to this. And I said,
this is what we do.
Yeah, they are. We break down a lot of water on the Walleye Now app. And that's the whole goal of that. It's this enormous library of content just like this, fit for a million different situations. So if you guys like videos like this, if this is right up your alley, if you're like, wow, this is a really helpful in-depth version of what I'm looking for, there's dozens and dozens and dozens and 190 other videos.
And a lot more to come.
Like this on the Walleye Now app. So here's a little taste of it. Yeah. That fits one little micro situation. So much more is on there. But figured we'd give you guys a little taste of it. And I'm cruising down this edge right now, like you guys can see on the side imaging, how I'm kind of keeping the weeds off my right and the no weeds off my left, like you guys can kind of see here. And we're just cruising with the trolling motor on 10 and looking for fish right now. All right, guys, so as we're cruising around here, I'll take a screenshot for you. This is kind of what I expected we'd see. Now, we've kind of gone several hundred yards now to find this small pot of fish, but it doesn't look that bad. Now, a lot of times when you get on an area where you see a little pot of fish, you keep going, kind of running full circle on a spot like this and hoping you'll see more. So instead of just fishing that right away, I'm just gonna kind of keep cruising down it, but that's definitely set up like walleyes on side imaging. You can see that weed edge pretty well, and we'll circle the fish obviously, but that is pretty much what we're after. We're just going to keep cruising down in here and hoping we see more. And a lot of these lakes like this, where it's 30-foot basin, you get some flat structure. A lot of it might be a shoreline piece of structure even that you're fishing. This is how they fish. I mean, there's not really a more precise or technical way to say that. A lot of times you're fishing shoreline weed flats, or you're fishing any piece of structure that has a weed flat in a lake on these flat systems. A lot of times it's just the only piece of cover or structure that fish can relate to. Yeah. So far in our travels, there's no rock out here deeper than 4 feet that we've seen.
No, it's all sand and weeds, and a lot of times, like you said, this is just how lake's set up, and you just do a lot of cruising back and forth, zigzagging, and
it's important not to just find a weed edge and start fishing, though. It's very important, because there's just not a lot of fish in these lakes. Yeah. So you gotta be doing this whole driving around looking process.
Yeah. And you might, the first spot you find and you see some fish on might be your best spot, but you might spend 2-3 more hours doing the same exact thing on all these other weed edges. But like I said, you don't want to pull up to the first spot, see a couple fish, and just park there for 3 hours.
Milk your whole day out right there, just trying to catch 3 fish. Yeah. Oh, Mitchell.
What?
Screenshot time. You guys probably can't see it very well on the GoPro here, but I'll take a screenshot. Now what you're seeing here is a circular tuft of milfoil.
Looks beautiful.
With about 5 fish sitting off the edge of it.
Yep.
And if you've never fished for a pot of 5 walleyes, you haven't lived.
You haven't fished.
Welcome to the northern Wisconsin way, son. But that's pretty much what we're looking for. Now, we've done a fair amount of driving around to see what we've seen, but I'm not deterred by that fact. It tells me we can't get it done out here today, Mitchell.
Well, is it time to drop anchor? And
I think it is. So now what we've obviously done is we dropped waypoints on a couple of these schools. We've shown you guys a few of these schools, none of them look enticing, but what you'll see a lot of times is we'll spot lock around some of these fish, and a lot of these spots that are holding fish, you might see that cluster of 5. Maybe you catch on, maybe you don't, but there might constantly be fish moving into that zone, moving out of the zone. So you'll kind of have, especially using the live, we'll kind of be able to track individual fish around and pitch baits at them, or just kind of fish for those isolated schools of fish. So we're gonna give it a go here and pull into one of these little pods that that little one we just saw. You know, I've got a couple of these little spots marked out now. So all of them are relating to weeds. All of them seem to be that 13 to 17 foot zone. And we're gonna try fishing for them here, and hopefully something good happens. Now, in this situation, I guess we'll just roll right into presentation, huh?
Yeah. Few ways. A couple
good options. Now, there's not like a fish here, 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 kind of spread out over the sweet edge. It's very much like small pocket of fish here.
Which means what?
Small pocket fish there. We're not doing a presentation that's custom to covering a lot of water. We're going to be fishing.
Which means we're not trolling.
Which means we're not trolling. We're going to be fishing presentations that are meant to put baits right in fish, which is a lot of times one of two things on lakes like this. You can fish a jig with live bait. You could fish a drop shot with live bait, which we did an awesome video on Walleye Now, kind of highlighting that.
Unbelievable.
Or you can fish a slip bobber. So that's what we're gonna start with here, and we'll see what happens. Are you optimistic?
I am. I'm just trying to show this off, this little
Oh, I just came on him. Here's another screenshot right here.
Oh yeah.
I'm
just gonna cast
right off the left side. So now you guys can see there about, you know, we always get asked, oh man, I hit constant.
You spot lock?
Now we're spot lock. But one question we always get is, I don't have live, how do I catch fish? Well, it's the same thing. Live just makes you do it a little bit more, a little faster on the fly. You can follow those fish a little better. If you don't, you're gonna end up doing exactly what Mitch just did, where we saw those fish off the left about 35 feet, you cast a bait right on them, and you try to replicate that as many times as possible. So stay tuned. If we can catch 3 walleyes today, it's a success, and let's get it going on. See him right there?
Yep. Oh yeah. Had one bite. No,
are you getting bit?
Yep.
Let him eat it good.
I am.
Drop shot. Oh man, that took no time, Mitchell.
No,
took no time at all, right off the live. And I want to show you guys this fish. You can see the one Mitch is fighting there. Oh man, the GoPro did something weird.
Oh, of course. Feels like a good fish too.
You can see that pot of fish. Is it a bass?
I don't know. It could be. Yeah.
Is it?
We'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
There's your fish right there. There's the fish that
either way, it's really cool
there.
sequence. I mean,
I think you got a nice walleye, to be honest.
If it's a walleye, it's a real nice one. Yeah.
Maybe it was too good to be true.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
It's not. It's a walleye.
Oh yeah, it is. Nice. There we go.
There we go, dude. It's a nice fish too.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, that took literally
yeah, I mean,
less than a minute of fishing.
I mean, it was a camera rolling. It should be like a live time.
Yeah. Well, 1 minute 40 since Mitch took that cast to now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Crazy. Well, there you guys have it. That's, you know, the breakdown to a T, I guess. And you guys saw it really just happen in real time there. I'm still like literally have not taken a cast trying to get everything set up here.
Might have made it look too easy, which it's not always the case.
No, it's not always that easy at all, but
all right,
I'll take it. I don't know if...
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see me complaining today.
No, felt good. Since I've been in a boat and it feels like forever. Here we go. It's a good fish, too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with those.
Second fish, get him back in the lake.
I was on a drop shot, too.
Man, take that all day long.
Now we repeat. Rinse and repeat.
Yep.
Got him?
Yep.
Come on. Give me some, Mitchell.
It's not the right kind, though. I can tell you right away. Or is it?
I don't know. It's looking pretty walleye-esque.
Oh, it is.
Oh, another one.
There we go.
I was just throwing out the random sporadic slip bobbers here. Mitchell's on.
I was like right at the boat.
Right at the boat.
I'm not sure if we got that whole thing on live, though, because...
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if that camera's set up right.
Literally right... Yeah, it might not be. I think it froze up on me, but
That's what we're after right there, though.
yeah, spotted that fish right off the back corner and dropped in and came flying right to it.
And that's what we're hoping happens. Well, there we go. We've been fishing for, what would you call this, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
And one thing we noticed is immediately Mitch caught that first walleye, and that school of fish just kind of blew apart.
Perfect eater.
Success. Success.
That's right.
2 walleyes on the new lake in the first 10 minutes. Potential. All right, guys, we were not going to film a YouTube video today. We were just going to come out to a lake that I hadn't been to in years and years and never walleye fished here. What is that about?
I don't know.
It's got to be a bass, huh?
Yeah, something just kind of hit it and ran.
Anyways, we weren't going to do a video today. We were just going to come out here. But as we were launching the boat, some guys came over to us. And they're like, oh, Tom, Boley, Mitch, and, how you guys doing? Love the channel, which we always love hearing that. We always love interacting with you guys. And they said that no walleyes, right? That was the report?
Yeah, no walleyes.
They said they were walleye fishing or doing Lindy rigs and didn't catch any fish. And a lot of times when I get that kind of thing, or when I hear a response like that, it spurs me to make a video immediately. So we want to come out here today. And this is honestly kind of why, especially on the Walleye Now side of things, and why we created it. When we get these responses, hey, what do I do in this situation? What do I do in this situation?
Let me touch on that too. It spurs you to make a video, not because we want to throw it in somebody's face like,
no, not at all.
You didn't catch fish, we caught fish. This is why we do this stuff, to kind of show you guys, like to help, that guy at the boat launch, he watches us. I don't know if he has the app or not, but this is exactly why somebody like him or somebody like you watching this, if you don't have a lot of success, you want the Walleye Now app, because what we're doing today, this breakdown,
is exactly what it is.
We're seeing. I mean, this is start to finish what we're doing on a brand new body of water we've never been to. We didn't get a tip from somebody. We didn't get a fishing report.
There's no reports from here.
It's just like, hey, we know there's walleyes in there because the DNR says there's walleyes in there. Let's go fish it and catch it. And this is why we made the Walleye Now app and the format of it, so it's super easy to use. And you can, videos like this, we do breakdowns like this on new lakes, and then it's just so easy with short form videos on different presentations and locations on a body of water that you can you can have multiple videos to in your arsenal to go out there on a whole day and spend looking and searching all day long, really, to keep you busy.
Where it really puts you on the fast track, just like we
Absolutely.
just did. And it was a perfect breakdown where you're on a new body of water, you're driving around, we show you what we see. We show you basically the process, traveling around walleye fishing every day. You get to do this and practice it every single day pretty much. So,
yeah.
But the exact process that we go through every single day in hopes that it helps you guys. So wanted to kind of throw that in there and kind of show you guys kind of what we're doing, why we're doing,
we want to do a different video today.
Fish.
Yes.
On the slip bobber.
Slip bobber?
Yep. It's feeling really heavy. It is feeling walleye-ish.
Is it? I just lost a pretty nice fish, but we think it was a bass.
There's potential this could be walleye, Mitchell, and if it is, it's a nice one.
I'm gonna drop this out there and hope a fish bites.
I think it is. Dude, it's a nice walleye.
Oh, it looks like
it's a nice walleye.
I got it.
What did we stumble into?
Man.
It's
happened to us a lot this season.
this is the process, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. This isn't fake. I've never been in this lake in my entire life.
I've been here once, a few times, 8 years ago.
Actually walleye fishing, though?
Muskie fishing. Yeah. And then back then, just so you guys have a little context, I couldn't tell you the difference between a spinner rig, a drop shot, and I
literally
lead core.
Had a fish on this when I picked it back up.
Look at that. Nice fish. I mean, that's 20.
Easy. Yeah, 21.
21 enter on the new lake. They're catching them. And exactly kind of what I described is happening, where you get in an area where you see 5 fish. Mitch caught that first one, school blew apart. We're just kind of sliding around. If we see 2 fish on side imaging or live, pitch at them, get baits in front of them. Yep. And the slip bobbers are nice because they just they're static, right? So we can be actively kind of hunting fish with the drop shots on the live and the side imaging and everything. Yep. The slip bobber is just out there. So we can throw these out there and just have them, out and around while we're kind of doing the hardcore work of, making pinpointed casts on top of fish. We're obviously fishing from a spot lock position right now, but just pitching the slip bobber out downwind, letting it hang out there. There's obviously fish around, and although we probably have a likelihood of putting our bait in front of more of them with the drop shot, the slip bobber is nice because it's always there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I don't know how well you guys can see this, but I took a screenshot too, but here's actually our walleyes. This is a big cluster of weeds. There's 2 walleyes glued to the back side of that weed edge right there. And that is what we're fishing for. Now it's just kind of a matter of making that pinpointed cast and hope a couple of them bite. But this is kind of the conjunction of, you know, using live and side imaging at the same time. Live meant for finding, or the 360 meant for finding. The live is king when it comes to kind of making these super...
Side imaging for finding.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but you guys get the point.
Want me to shut it?
Sure, yeah. Actually, hold on.
Oh,
right there.
Wow, I was literally going to shut the camera off.
There's the pinpointed cast.
Yeah.
Another
Didn't
walleye.
think it was gonna happen that fast, but...
Another walleye fast enough. Flipperoonie. Yeah. Successful evening.
Yeah.
On the water. This is as good as catching a 30-incher up here in northern Wisconsin on a lot of these new lake videos. Because this is what people want. You come out. This is not a grade A walleye lake. This is literally just a average lake. There we go. 15-inch walleyes. Let them go on the drop shot. Did upload some awesome drop shot information, kind of on rigging and everything like that to the Walleye Now app. Probably a week or so ago now, because it is such a great way to fish.
It is. It's fun too.
And it's really what seemingly has made drop shotting a very effective way to fish is the advancements in sonar, side imaging, and then forward-facing sonar too. It's a very workable presentation with forward-facing sonar because it's a way to fish live bait very fast.
Yeah, just drop it like literally right on top of one. Looked like you went for it, but nothing.
Ooh, that one saw it.
Got him?
Wow.
Nice.
Was that ever just a pinpointed snipe off the live? And that's exactly, ooh, bass?
What is it?
I don't know, he's fast. This is walleye, dude.
It's a walleye. Wow. They fight like bass out here.
They're angry.
I wonder if those couple fish that we lost were actually
Look at that.
nice.
It's a nice
walleyes.
fish.
Yeah, here, let me scoop them
It's
up.
a super nice fish.
Yeah, it is. Man, I really like this lake now, too.
Yeah, me too.
Here you go.
Oh, I'm not even looking around here. You got him?
Yep.
There we go. Well, I mean, you know, you're not going to sit out here and catch a ton. You know? I mean, we're kind of reaching the limits of how many fish you're probably going to catch off a spot like this.
Oh, off us. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
You know, I think you could probably sit here and just like have fish swim through and keep catching them, you know, one here, one there, kind of, you know, like this. But I mean, look at that, dude. I mean, there's just,
oh, dude.
Do you have another one? Maybe you could sit here and catch 30. I don't know.
Rod was just sitting down on the boat.
But I mean, this is like the highest point of success in walleye fishing, in my opinion, a lot of times, where you know, it's the highest feeling of achievement that I have on a day-to-day basis. When you come to new water, you break it down and you find a successful pattern, kind of match that location with the presentation, and ultimately have a successful day on a new system. And that's exactly what we're doing today. Yeah. And the building blocks of the Walleye Now app as well. So not seeing any right now, but we're definitely around them, and we've definitely caught our fair share of fish in this short amount of time. Start your engines, Mitchell. We are out of here. That is going to do it for this video, guys. Came out here, we kind of said if we catch 3 fish, it's good. I don't need to bring out a whole bunch more fish. We know what's here now. Yeah. We've seen it. We've caught them.
We're gonna come back.
We'll be back. But I appreciate you guys watching this video. We wanted to make this video. Obviously, we ran into Homeboy at the boat landing. It was great to talk to people. Yeah. You know, it came up, obviously, hey, Tom Mitchell, I have a channel, everything like that, which we greatly appreciate. Yeah. Always interacting with you guys. But a lot of times when I get that, it spurs me to go out and try to make a video. Super heavy information-based video like this. And these videos, if you like this style of video, there's hundreds of this video on the Walleye Now app. We don't film a whole lot of stuff like this because it ends up being a lot of times a 30-minute kind of like more information than fish. Right. So that outlet of having Walleye Now is such a great place and such a massive tool. If you want to come out, get on the fast track, regardless of the body of water, regardless of time of year, that information's right there in the Walleye Now app. And I know Mitch wanted to highlight this because the whole video kept telling me, you're putting too much information in this video for YouTube. And I said, let's give them a free one. Let's give them a little taste of what is on there, because a lot of that stuff's on there. But I don't know if
some people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? I want this information.
Yeah.
We designed Walleye Now to be used like on the water and kind of a case-by-case basis throughout the season, you know, so you don't have any questions when you get on a body of water. You don't have to go through a 30-minute YouTube video. You don't have to look up fishing reports. You can get on a body of water, you pull it out right in your hand, and you can just, you have the steps in short form videos. We have like nice lake breakdowns like this, and some specific lake breakdowns like bigger bodies of water like Leech. We did a nice breakdown on that.
And then the presentations that go right hand in hand with them.
You just go through it, and you can sit there yourself and break down these waters, you know, and it's just an awesome format to do that, right?
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think the whole YouTube video was filmed in 1 hour.
Yeah,
maybe less even. Doesn't always happen like this on a new body of water, but sometimes it can, obviously. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it. No idea where we're going to be next, but spoiler alert, I think it's southern Wisconsin. And we've been putting it off for too long now. But appreciate you guys watching this one. We're going to go home. I got a pile of editing to do tonight. I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys are not yet, please subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you next time.